Hi, welcome to our Meet Agriberry CSA program. My name's Deanna and I'm with the Hanover branch of the Pamunkey Regional Library. We are so excited today to have Anne Geyer, the owner of Agriberry Farm in Hanover County. Since this is her dormant season for her farm, she will be discussing with us the benefits of fruit in our diet, the CSA and Farm Share program, and how we can get involved. This program will be recorded and put on PRL's website probably in a day or two, so it'll be there for reference for a while after it ends. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Anne, and hope everybody enjoys this.
Great. Thank you so much, Deanna. Well, boy, we sure have had good weather for a good book here lately, haven't we? For sure. So this is exciting to give a program for the library system. And as you can see from, I'm going to screen share here, and we're going to go to our first slide. And present to you. Let's see, let's go back. There we go. All righty, my opening page, of course. And as I mentioned, what a great time to hear the Agriberry Farm and CSA story. And you can see our mission and logo on the right. And every story needs a hero, right? And so you, my visitors, are going to be our hero today. This is wonderful. But as we also know, in every story, there's a villain. And golly, a global pandemic certainly qualifies as a villain, if nothing else. It has certainly made us realize how precious safety, health, and family are to each and every one of us. Absolutely. But there's also other silent villains out there. And we know that heart disease, cancer, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, all of those are silent killers around us. They are certainly villains in this story. And as heroes, you, I hope, in the state of Virginia, may or may not already be part of 1/3 of the adults already consuming 2 or more fruits a day. And that's okay, because my guess is if you are here as a visitor today, that you've already set an intention for 2021 to be a healthier year. And that allows me to suggest our 3 pillars, that you can be any place in building your 3 pillars. We all know a 3-legged stool is a very strong foundation. So your 3 pillars around fruit as our hero, and will be health is number 1. Definitely want you embracing health, and I'm going to give you some ways to do that. And we also want the second pillar, which also begins with H for our heroes, is our heritage. How many of you out there, I bet, have recollections of berry picking as a child, or a fabulous PB&J sandwich, or helping somebody make a berry pie, a fruit pie, apple pie, any of those things? There's so many heritage links to fruit. And it's so important for us now in the 21st century, especially, to keep that heritage with fruit blossoming and flourishing, so it can be as fruitful as possible. Never mind all these wonderful puns. They fit, don't they? And then our last H in our 3-legged stool of pillars that I want you to consider for this year, 2021, will be happiness. And how can berries and fruit raise your happiness bar? I think I may have some suggestions for that. And as we all well know, in a good story, we need a superpower. So what's a better superpower than berries? I can't think of one. So as Everyday Health has indicated here, berries for a refreshing treat and disease-fighting antioxidants. Well, there you go. The antioxidants are the good guys and the free radicals are the bad guys. and part of our villains in the story. But our superpower berries are going to help you, the hero, win the day. So stay tuned. And besides, who doesn't just love berries? Oh, wow. Especially the fact that I'm going to suggest today something a little bit different as far as our meals go. So often we hear all the things we can no longer have. But guess what? Adding a handful of berries or fruit to every meal is something you can do. Adding berries is something that's highly recommended and very positive. Like it says, it's nature's healthiest dessert since the dawn of time. Eat more berries. So, but you know, a lot of people start in their health quest looking to eat just more produce. And so they go into the vegetable realm. And vegetables are wonderful. But if you really want to cut to the chase, because the veggies aren't cutting it anymore, then you want to go into the berry fruit zone. Because golly, berries and fruits are delicious. They're flavorful. They range from tart, tangy to sweet, succulent, juicy, and they come in hand-sized packaging and finger-sized packaging for the little ones. What's better on a tray for that 1-year-old than a fresh berry? Wow. And so now we, of course, have to have a guide in our story. You and the berries are the heroes. They're the superpowers. And health concerns, slaying those health concerns, that's our villain. So let's go to the guide. And how does your guide go from working at Cornell with a great reader and apple physiologist in the 1970s to being a woman LLC owner of a farm in Hanover County? Well, I did not grow up on a farm, and I always thought, for me personally, that was a benefit because I didn't have any clue to how much hard work there is in farming. But of course, berries are their own reward in so many ways. And I am going to show you a little bit more how I did that. You cannot make the journey alone. Whether it's you as our hero today, going forward and building those pillars for your foundation, or for me, leaving the 1970s. Fast forward to 1982, and I'd met my husband Chuck while we were both working for University of Maryland and fruit research. And 5 months after we were married, a gentleman who had just purchased 1,600 acres in Virginia asked us if we could establish and manage a berry farm from scratch on land that didn't even have electricity on it yet, but it had good soil. So again, that foundation is key, folks. You've got to go for the good foundation. And so we started that farm, and he told us 3 things. First, that treat it like we own it, which of course was the good and the bad in the story. And then in the middle, he said it had to be profitable. It wasn't just a tax write-off, nope. And the only way to be profitable was going to be large enough to overcome the capital investment. And so we had to go for 20 acres, and a total of 60 acres and 3 years of berries. Fast forward to 1989, which is that picture on the left. Our first child is born, Pearson, and that's the front page of the Washington Post food section, talking about the red raspberries we had grown. And in 1991, we double cropped with twins, our daughters, Colleen and Mary Claire. And fast forward there to 2003, there we are as the Westmoreland Farm Bureau Family of the Year. And that year we also bought a house in Hanover County for the better school districts. And at about that time, you know, it was after the movie of Pay It Forward. And in 2005, I wanted to pay it forward by starting a young worker training program. And I was told by the son-in-law of the farm owner that that wasn't a financially feasible endeavor. So I resigned my position. I could see there was a values conflict, and I decided I would find a way to make a young worker program. Why did I want a young worker program? Again, that pay it forward. Kids in this century just don't have a grandparent's farm. They don't have the same heritage connections that we had in the 20th century. They don't have that uncle, that grandfather, that grandmother, and all that support. But could I do that with a farm in Hanover? I looked up local berries, and I saw around Richmond that there were very few. Of course, this is a contemporary shot on the left. But meanwhile, with our kids at the Hanover High School, I saw that, golly, Hanover's growing leaps and bounds. And double golly, look at the soil here in Hanover. It grows more than just tomatoes. Well, folks, let me tell you, tomatoes are a fruit, and Hanover is definitely known for its tomatoes, but it can grow more than tomatoes. It can grow berries, which are very special, requiring fruits for sure, because you certainly do not see commercial raspberry farms left and right around. Anyhow, so in 2008, without owning any land and without having any capital really to start up my own farm, I applied for a grant. And then when I applied for the grant, I realized I would have to have a business if I was awarded the grant. So I started my LLC. And on the left, you can see with that grant, I put together our mission, Agriberry's mission to establish local consumer supported fields and be a premier ag training facility for motivated first-time workers. So now you're seeing those words, consumer supported berry fields. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. You know, the plot is unfolding here. But I also want to mention how I chose the name Agriberry. A lot of folks ask me that question. And we had named our first farm with a W. So we were always at the end of all the lists. And whether there was a publication or whatever it was, we were always at the end. So I vowed for whatever my next business might be is to always have it start with a letter that would be at the top of the list. And that was A, and Agra and berries, so certainly farming and berries, which is what we are about, and our young people, our motivated young people. But like I said, we needed funding for this. So in 2008, I didn't have land and I didn't have capital, but I still had the resource of partnering with my home farm where my husband still worked. So I set up a pilot CSA that summer. We had 60 people sign up to pick up at the brand new Lakeside Farmers Market. They paid $200 each, and with $12,000, I was able to buy a used van and canopy and get started, and we were launched. Now, I'm showing you this great picture of strawberries on the right because I had no intention of growing strawberries, but strawberries are America's favorite berry. Yes, blueberries are coming in a quick second, but that's a different story. So everybody wants strawberries. So I knew I needed to partner with someone for that. And fortunately, we were able to do that. And so everybody said, yes, you'll have to start your CSA in 2009 with the strawberry season. And we did. And by 2010, we had rented land. Oh, excuse me, actually 2009, I was able to rent 10 acres just on the Pamunkey River. At that time, it was a Board of Supervisors member who was very visionary, and he could see that there was a win-win to renting that 10 acres to us. And I started our young worker training program with outstanding team leads from all the major universities. And by 2010, our son had graduated with his master's in education. And he said, Mom, I'll run your program for a year. And now he's on track to own the business. 10 years later. So that's very exciting. And by 2011, we were able to buy 25 acres, and we have all of these crops planted here in Hanover. Certainly raspberries and blackberries are our flagship. Blueberries are a little bit more challenging to grow, and we also can partner with other folks that really do an outstanding job. Excuse me. My husband, Chuck, loves peaches, and so we have peaches. We just haven't had them be fruitful because of frosts across the years. But you've all been so patient, and I know you're waiting to hear more about what is a CSA. And so one of the things we can do is go to the screen share part and go to our website. Go to www.agriberry.com. And you don't have to do this right now, but jot it down and you can just watch through. I'm going to walk you through. Here's our home page. You're going to go to where there's more about farm share information. And let's see if we can do this while we're in this mode. And we have, okay. So this is the farm share information, and just folks to know that you can also play this video. But from there, you can go to Richmond. I think that's most of the market share. But my sister does have a Wednesday CSA for the summertime. And one of our longtime associates has one in the Northern Neck. But wait a second. We didn't quite get to what is a CSA, did we? All right, sorry. I rushed ahead. The wind blew my pages forward. CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. And community supported agriculture, not for Confederate States of America and not for the Casting Society Association either. And it is a little hard to explain to people, but basically a CSA program involves a farmer in the wintertime seeking support in its local community for the funding in the spring to start up in exchange for fruits or vegetables across the summer harvest season. And when I did the research in 2008, there were no other berry fruit CSAs. There were many, many, many vegetable ones for annual parts. But I knew that pruning and the costs of plant care would be much higher for us in the off season. So a CSA would still be very, very valuable. And it certainly has been, for sure. And you can go into this part and you can see you're in farm share information under Richmond, and it will take you to the link to go to where there's even more information. But I know that you will also want to know some of these important things here that you're going to get. And folks ask, well, how long is the season? It's 20 weeks. And then they ask, when does it start? Well, when the strawberries are ready, and they're ready by Mother Nature's time frame, not necessarily mine. And typically it's the last week of April or the first week of May, depending on spring frosts. And then they go 20 weeks, which is usually right around Labor Day. And each week I get to make the decision based on scouting the fields to see what we have available and for folks, and we post it up there. And then when you get your CSA email, you'll be able to adjust if you need to. And you can see that it's a great way from that yummy picture there to get all kinds of good things. starting with strawberries, and then typically we'll have some asparagus and some rhubarb, and it can be an optional one because they're also perennial crops. And a lot of folks want to know, well, what are the benefits of a farm share? Now, remember, this is part of our hero's journey, and in your quest, you definitely want to know, are there benefits for you? Well, convenient, you're going to have a supply of nature's fast food throughout the whole season for healthy eating and snacking, and it's going to be on a weekly basis. So you're already committing to that habit stack, that good, healthy habit stack. Now remember, we're going to build our heritage component. So that exploration, you get to try new fruits, unusual varieties. But don't panic, email us. You have a designated person, Sarah. She is also awesome as your CSA contact person. In our website, there are wonderful recipes. I'm going to swing you over to that section, hopefully. There's a section, how to use your fruit. And it shows for everything from recipes to storage to freezing to canning, making. So all that good stuff there. Excuse me. Understanding, learning about seasonal eating. This is a huge one, and it really contributes to all three of your pillars. It's the healthy aspect that Mother Nature is going to provide really healthy fruits from the beginning of the harvest season, strawberry season, all the way around to apples at the far end. And seasonal eating is a great adventure for all the family because so many of us are now educated by grocery stores where everything's always present. And this is going to be a great experience to understand that, gee whiz, why are we no longer in strawberry season? Well, because now it's time for plums and Asian pears and the first early apples. Wow, everybody loves that savings. Receive a 20% member discount. And you know, for folks that buy, we had almost 200 people buy their CSA, excuse me, in December, and they started using their 20% discount immediately at the 3 Saturday markets in Richmond. So if any of you were to be signing up this week, you could start using your discount starting next Saturday at Lakeside Market, West End Market, and St. Stephen's Market. Trust, that's an important one. Sleep a little bit better because you know where your food comes from. Comfort, benefit of knowing you're investing in the food supply. We have a good slide for that a little bit further on. And of course, your discounts. So what could you expect in your weekly farm share? The single share holds 4 units. And you can see on the right what a unit is composed of. And you can see some on the picture below. The red raspberries are in a half-pint container. Blueberries, blackberries will be in a pint container. Individual fruits, maybe 4 to 6 fruits, depending on their size. And you can see that single share feeds 1 to 4, but I say it usually holds 10 to 12 servings, half-cup servings. So go accordingly if you're going to add more fruits or berries to every meal. I personally eat either 6 ounces of berries or a piece of fruit as my dessert for all 3 of my meals across the day. So there's great information here and the website. Okay, yeah, many folks ask us, are we organic? And we have a great section on our web page that addresses this. No, we are not organic. We use many organic practices, but not all. Instead, we choose to use as many of the safe and responsible practices as we possibly can to care for our family. We certainly live amongst our plants, our staff, and our customers. But you can find that on our website under the farm and under farming practices. Our website has a ton of great tools to it, and it's really, really well done. It has been written in conjunction with all of us, but especially by outstanding team member who has been with Agriberry since 2012 and an incredible writer. It's been our CSA coordinator and is wonderful. And if you ever email agriberry@gmail, Marjorie will answer. So you can see that there's lots of great information here on the website, including about our pollinators and IPM. And also, if you're interested, certainly in the, when you're on the website, on the bottom of every page is an opportunity to sign up for our mailing list. You can certainly sign that up for that, free, no charge. And I send out a letter usually once a week to tell folks what's going on. It's another great thing in our website. And share locations. All righty. Yeah, that's a good one. Is there something close to me? On Tuesday, we have Hanover. We have at the Atlee Farm Stand. We have near VCU at the Birdhouse Farmers Market. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, you can come to the farm and choose the farm site as your pickup and pick up at your convenience between 10 and 4 on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Wednesdays, Lakeside Market, Ashland Caboose, Forest Hill Presbyterian Church, just south of the James River, Good Health Herbs down in Midlothian, St. Stephen's Church near Three Chopped, of course, Agriberry Farm. And on Thursdays, we're at the Great Big Greenhouse at Huguenot and Robius, Mechanicsville Farm Stand in the afternoon, and Strange is out in Short Pump, very popular spot, on Thursday afternoons. A lot of folks ask, we need a pickup on Saturday, but this is a really important aspect for our Agriberry CSA, that for our summer share, excuse me, all of our CSA pickups are during the weekday because we harvest Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they go to our share members first and foremost. But the fields need picking a second and third time a week, and those go towards Saturday. So we're at many farmers markets, and we have tried it in the past, and it becomes very, very complicated to give you farm share heroes the undivided attention that we like to give. So Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays really have worked out very best. So you'll want to choose your pickup location. But as I was telling you, it's for each dollar you spend on local food, you're planting the seeds for a strong community and a healthy life. And a lot of that is because it's coming back to our young worker training program. With our kids, in the summertime, we have up to 14 and up that are learning with our team leads in the harvest program. And many of our CSA members' children have come through the Agriberry training program. And it's foundational, and many of the outstanding ones have come on to be market ambassadors as well. Yeah. Start young for sure. Kids love berries. Teens do too, but they're a lot shyer about having their picture taken. And as you can see here, starting last year, of course, as COVID unfolded, this was taken the week before the mask suggestion and then order came up. But we pivoted and opened up an online store so that people could pre-order as well. You, as a farm share member, can use your discount for many of the pre-order items. So your benefit still carries through to that. And then you don't have to wait in line. You can show up, and pre-order pickup is at a different line than walk-ups. Or you can appear at 10 minutes of 12, having slept in or done other fun things across the morning without worry that we've sold out on an important item for you. Gosh, and you might be wondering what happens if we're going on vacation or we miss a week. Yeah, so in our CSA Wear this year, which is our service platform for supporting our CSA program. It really is helpful to make it easier for you. You can schedule your vacation weeks, you can communicate with us, you can put in your preferences. You can also schedule that you're going on a vacation. And so it's worth one more login, truly, to work with our CSA WARE program. But the other thing many folks do when they're going on vacation is they will gift that week share to someone that's watering their plants or taking care of their pets, or somebody in the office that may not know about buying local and enjoying the fresh and flavorful parts of the fruits that are local across the summer. So that's a wonderful thing you can do with your vacation week. And I just wanted to show you this from last summer, not so much to overwhelm you, or certainly there's not a quiz on it, but just to let you know that we do our very best to provide as many options as possible for our local Richmond area to be enjoying the fruits of our labors, fresh berries, fresh fruits, the Superpower heroes, and all of our journeys here. And location, 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 for sure. And then you see those two that are over on Sunday. Our son goes to Baltimore. He's done this for 10 years, up at 2:30 on a Sunday morning, and drives to Baltimore to that location. And the reason we put it on there is because many people have friends out of town, or they may be traveling and want to get our berries on Sunday. And my sister Susan, the same one that does the Annapolis Wednesday CSA, she does the one in Bethesda on Sunday as well. On Saturday, we're in Charlottesville. We're also in Williamsburg. My niece and her husband and two boys juggle their already busy other careers and make it happen in Williamsburg on Saturday mornings. And Rose, our wonderful Northern Neck All-Star, she makes it happen just outside the Fredericksburg area. So eat more berries. We are definitely serious about that. And that concludes today's Agriberry Farm and CSA story. So begin your hero's quest with a visit to the farm or sign up for a summer 2021 share. Right now, we are offering a preseason special. It will be, I think, until March 31st, a little bit lower price. If you have any questions at all, you definitely can email CSA@agriberry.com. And I know that you want to know if there is another chapter. How about a sequel for you? That would be with our fall share that happens right after the summer one ends in September for our fall raspberries, wonderful Honeycrisp apples, and the whole parade of fall apples. And of course, I can't be amiss and not mention one of our true heroes, which is raspberry blush applesauce, made with only Honeycrisp apples and our red raspberries, no added sugar. So absolutely no guilt at all in enjoying raspberry blush applesauce. And if you go to agriberrystore.com, another of our locations, that's where you do the pre-order. Then you can order 3 of those. They're on special this next week. So I guess there's all kinds of exciting things. If you have any questions whatsoever, either now pop on the chat or certainly email me if you're watching the recording. Email me, Anne@agriberry.com. You can text me, 804-314-7517, or call our Google voicemail number. And this is my parting shot here on a vacation with my niece and nephew. And you can see they were working on a puzzle. And one of the moms pointed out how great their 2 t-shirts matched. And so I had to get that picture. Of course, Gracie on the left says, eat more berries. And Jack on the right says, no excuses. Eat more berries. Nature's healthiest dessert since the dawn of time. Thanks, folks. Bye.